name has been mentioned, and we've heard this leading up to the trial, but some 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 really alarming testimony, shocking testimony in the trial of Keefe D, the man accused of masterminding the murder of Tupac Shakur 30 years ago. Because now Diddy's name has been mentioned, and we've heard this leading up to the trial, but now the testimony actually came from a former LAPD detective who testified to a conversation he had with Keefe D. Darren Dupree says that Keefe D told him that Diddy was the one who offered money for the execution of Tupac Shakur.
So we heard this back in 2008. This is not new, but the fact that it was introduced into the trial is really stunning. So right off the Sunset Strip, there was a famous deli where Keefe D and Diddy were apparently sitting, and that's when Diddy said, $1 million you get, kill Tupac.
So here is the testimony of Darren Dupree.
Sean Puffy Combs was supposed to have given money to Zip Martin to give to Mr. Davis for payment of the Tupac murder. Fast forward, we go to Mr. Davis. He says he can rekindle that relationship with Mr. Zip Martin and get him to talk about the money that was given from Sean Puffy Combs to Mr. Martin that never got to Mr. Davis.
You brought up the fact that Mr. Davis said that basically Sean Puffy Combs solicited the murder of Shogun Tupac during the course of that conversation.
Yeah.
Did he tell you where that conversation occurred?
It's a deli called Greenblatt's, still there on Sunset in Hollywood in Los Angeles.
So it's actually not still there.
It's not there, but
the thing I find really interesting about this is I think, in a way, this could work in Keefe D's favor because that money never exchanged hands.
Right.
And if it didn't change hands, then Keefe D could say, well, yeah, Tupac was killed, but it was probably Diddy who kind of planned it, because when I wouldn't go, he went somewhere else.
He went to someone else.
He went to somebody else. So in a way, it raises an alternate theory here where Keefe D could say, look, I was just bragging after that, because I wanted to make money. But Diddy came to me and said this, and if I wouldn't do it, he's going to go to somebody else with $1 million.
I think it's a very logical interpretation. I think it's not the most obvious takeaway from it, but I think it's something there. You don't need the most obvious.
I guess what I'm saying is,
reasonable doubt, I guess.
Right, but it was the prosecution that called him and not the defense. And I think it helps the defense.
Right.
At least I would argue that.
Oh, well, I would certainly argue it.
Except that
he didn't take the money.
He never got the money. Right.
He never got the money.
Well, he did. He's going to say he didn't take the money.
Right.
And so if he didn't take the money, listen.
It doesn't address the fact that that Keefe D's nephew is the one Orlando, who allegedly actually pulled the trigger.
Now that's a problem.
And Keefe D has said that he got at least this is what he has said in the book and in interviews, that he got the gun and gave it to Orlando.
But now he's saying that
he
didn't do that. It was all BS, and he was doing it to make money. By the way, Diddy strongly denies this happened.
Right. So even though that was the testimony that the detective said that Keefe D told him that, we're told by people close to Diddy, this is absurd. It never happened. No such. So even though that was the testimony that the detective said that Keefe D told him that, we're told by people close to Diddy, this is absurd. So even though that was the testimony that the detective said that Keefe D told him that.
In the strip area after they left that car stop.
Yes, sir.
We'll fast forward about, say, 10 minutes later, something unusual happened. What happened?
We were continuing riding on the strip area. We were heading southbound on the boulevard, and we heard some calls come out about a vehicle. Can't remember exactly what was said, but heading up towards Harmon, we saw the vehicle that had been described in the median of the road. It looked like it had ran up on the median and was stopped there in the middle of the boulevard.
What do you do when you see that?
We approached the vehicle.
Is it you and Mr. Goldgart, or Officer Goldgart?
Officer Goldgart and I.
And do you see either the two people that you saw earlier in the vehicle?
Yes.
And who is that?
Marion Knight was outside of the vehicle, walking around, talking, and Tupac Shakur was being removed by EMS people.
As Marion Knight is talking, do you recall anything he's saying?
He was telling us to take care of Tupac Shakur. He had Marion Knight had a chunk of shrapnel or something in his head. He was bleeding, and when I went up to talk to him, he was adamant that we needed to go and care for Mr. Shakur.
Did you then go to Mr. Shakur?
Yes, I did.
And then what do you do? What's your responsibility as it relates to Mr. Shakur as the EMT is working on?
I was trying to talk to him to find out what had happened. Excuse me. Gather information to see who had fired at them.
Did you wind up riding anywhere with Mr. Shakur?
Yes, I rode to the hospital in
And
the ambulance with him.
During that time period, between the time you get to Mr. Shakur and the time period he gets taken into the hospital, are you able to have any sort of communication with Mr. Shakur?
He was still talking, and I was trying to convince him to tell me the name of whoever his assailants were.
And did he ever respond?
Yes, he responded, no, we'll take care of it. So, something like
The hospital, are you able to have any sort of communication with Mr. Shakur?
He was still talking, and I was trying to convince him to tell me the name of whoever his assailants were.
And did he ever respond?
Yes, he responded, no, we'll take care of it. So, something like that.
Said, no, we'll take care
We'll
of
take care of it, something like that.
And that's the only thing you were able to gather from Mr. Shakur?
Yeah, I couldn't get him to talk to me any further than that.